My Vegas memory of going to Vegas with the Catlin was we went to the buffet at like Caesars, and I was so fucking poor, and I was always so hungry and had like a huge appetite, and I never got fucking fed anywhere. And we went to the buffet, and I fucking hit it so hard that when we were walking back to the room, I just go, I got to sit down. Like I stopped at a slot machine. I just pulled up a stool and I just go, I cannot walk. I've eaten so much. I don't feel like I'm going to yak or I'm sick or diarrhea or anything. I've eaten so much I need to sit in this casino until I can be moved again.
Right.
That's how fucking, when you're fucking poor and you go to that buffet and you plunk down, $19 or something, it's like I'm eating $40 worth of fucking food. I have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, there's a group of, I'm assuming gentlemen, but I could be wrong, that 100% agree that the mask mandate needs to go, and that is a group of airline CEOs. They sent a letter to President Biden calling on him to end the federal mask mandate on public transportation, arguing that the mandatory masking is no longer aligned with the realities of the current environment. This is what the letter says. It makes no sense that people are still required to wear masks on airplanes, yet are allowed to congregate in crowded restaurants, schools, sporting events without masks, despite none of these venues having the protective air filtration systems that aircraft do. And when I say all the CEOs, Alaska Air, Atlas Air, American Airlines, Delta, FedEx, Hawaiian Airlines, JetBlue, Southwest, United,
FedEx, they're moving boxes.
UPS, and American.
Yeah, well, so here's the unintended consequence. There's some number. First off, I think these guys know their way around an airplane. If they say the filtration system is good, it's good. Anyway, I've traveled 1 million miles on an airplane since the pandemic. Doesn't seem to be any vector of transmission. But, you have to go, so what? It's a little paper mask, put it on. Or what's the big deal? Again, in between bites, the second I heard that retarded non-science, I was out. But there's something like, they had 7,000 incidents or something, and 60% of them were related to masks, or the people going, put your mask, sir, in between,
put your mask on, bitch.
Right. So people feeling hassled and hovered over and a little bit freaked out, and now there's an issue. And that's what the mask causes. It doesn't do anything for transmission, but it does a lot in terms of morale, turn the plane around, got another drunken person who's getting into it with the stewardess. That's why they need to get rid of it.
That's interesting, because I figured it was, our bottom line, our customers don't like it, but it could be to protect the, union of flight attendants that are like, fuck this, we're done with this.
Who wants to fucking argue with people for 4 hours on a flight?
I think there should be a mask that it's like a Hannibal Lecter mask, and then you can shut people the fuck up.
Lock it?
Oh. Yeah, you can lock it with a remote.
That I like.
Yeah.
Are those handed out to everyone who gets on the plane?
Yes. And a seatbelt. You need a key to take your seatbelt off.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Now the reality, so what it's going to do when you remove the mask mandate is it'll be half the people on the plane will still be wearing it, but they will not have to be argued with because they'll do it volitionally. Right. And the other half who are retarded and not pussies and don't want to fucking do this won't do it. And so but you don't have to argue with them. Yeah. So it'll take care of itself.
Well, I'm glad you brought up crazy people.
Are you guys about 50%? They lifted masks, and you go into a Trader Joe's or a supermarket. Totally. We're about 50,
yes.
About 50%.
I get confused every time I go to the Westfield Mall. I'm like, oh, wait, are we masking? Are we not masking? Because, you're right, half are, and I don't really know what we're supposed to do.
Yesterday in the movie theater, I wasn't sure if I'm supposed to wear my mask or no. Half people are, half people aren't.
Yeah, we'll see in 3 months, but my vibe from the Trader Joe's in La Cañada was just, for about half the people, they're just going to wear one.
Okay.
It wasn't like people were going, hey, I'm sorry, you don't need to do this. Did you see the mandate or whatever? It's been lifted. Or it didn't seem informational. It seemed like this is
yes.
This
I
is
think
what
it's
I
about
do
the
now.
same numbers as the condom mandate during AIDS.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 50%.
But not on the head. You wear it on your cock, right?
Oh, shit. No wonder I got AIDS.
Don't you feel stupid?
I feel like Howie Mandel. Remember he used to do that with
Oh,
surgical
indeed.
mask?
You do it with a glove.
Right, the
Would you
surgical
do it with a
glove.
glove? A surgical
Yeah, a
glove.
glove. Yeah,
Right.
because they have like the rooster top.
And then he got a purse that's shaped like a glove. We talked about this one before.
I think we did.
Yeah, he
Good
got
for
a
him.
glove purse.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue talking about
Glove
crazy
purse.
people. Yes.
Seems like a bad shape for a purse.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean,
Because
unless
you'd
you
be
have
like,
5 lipsticks.
where's the fucking chapstick? It's
Yeah.
in one of the. It's at the bottom of one of the fingers.
Yeah, it's in your
you
ring
can't
finger.
dig it out. We got to turn it over and spill everything out. Now
Yeah.
everyone's going to see the tampons.
Poorly
and everything else.
designed.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Mhm.
A man was arrested at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta Tuesday after he punched a Southwest airline employee, according to police. And we will have some hot video for you. Social media video of the incident shows Courtney Drummond, we'll show you in a second, shouting as he approaches the counter, punching the employee. In a statement, the Atlanta Police Department said Drummond refused to comply with the flight attendants and as they were taxiing away, and he wanted out. And police said Drummond was asked to leave the flight after the plane was forced to return to the gate due to his aggressive behavior. Drummond was arrested and taken into county jail. But here's my favorite part. His mother, Gwendolyn Foster, confirmed to CNN that her son is still in custody. And she said, "My heart goes out to everyone, the Southwest staff. They're in my prayers. They're very religious." She said he's a godly person. Her husband is a pastor, and hopes that we can all move on from this. And this is what happened.
They called security a minute ago.
Oh, that's a real.
Oh, he stepped
Oh,
in
that
it.
was a real punch.
And this lady gets in the middle of these two.
It's a real punch, man. God bless the lady with the big carriage who's getting in there.
Very religious.
That was a
godly.
big dude who took 2 steps into the punch.
And the real hero is the guy who turned the other cheek and came right back at him. I mean,
Yeah.
that guy took a big overhand
Yeah.
right and then turned and brought it.
It's on.
It was on, man. I got to tell you something about the airport. The airport's a weird place. It is like simultaneous. People act much better in an Applebee's than they do in an airport. And the airport has more security and more rules and more cameras per square inch than any other facility. Yet this is the place America's decided to sort of vent their frustration with society, verbally, physically. Why? It seems like the worst place in the world to
Well,
do
it's a
that.
library. There's no one there to enforce any rules.
Right.
Is it that people feel really anonymous at the airport, which is odd because you're on a manifest?
I don't know, but it reminds me of in Cocaine Cowboys, and they're going to make this movie about the Black Widow,
Griselda or
Griselda, the female drug pin.
Right.
When somebody was flying in from Miami, she's like, "Kill him at the airport."
Oh, boy.
And the guy was like, everyone was like, "Well, why don't we let him get in the rental car?" You know what I mean? It's a lot of security in the airport. And they're like, "No, it's like take the machete and send a message, do it or shoot him in the airport." And the guy was like, "Okay, I'll do as you ask." And then he goes in there and he shoots him. And of course, he gets caught because it's the fucking airport.
Yeah.
Like, it's the worst. It's one of the worst places in the world to commit a crime.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do a smash and grab, you're much better off on Rodeo Drive than you are in the middle of an airport. Where are you going?
I stole
Whatever
a neck
crime
pillow
that is.
recently.
You stole a neck pillow.
Yeah.
Inflatable?
At the airport?
At the airport.
Wow.
I was in the little convenience store, and I got the pillow and I put it on my neck, and then I was looking for some yogurt and a newspaper, and then I purchased. I get on the plane, I sit down, and I feel the pillow hit the back of the chair, and I was like, "Fuck! I forgot to pay for this pillow."
That's okay. The $45 neck pillow.
They didn't say anything. We had
still in the black.
the cashier.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're charging $9 for cashews.
I didn't feel
at
bad
that
about it.
place.
No, I didn't
they
feel
got a
bad
big,
about
big
it.
markup.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever attempted the duty-free store?
Yeah.
I've never.
Multiple times.
Once every 7 years, I stop in front of the duty-free store, which is the best lit store in the place.
Yes.
If you got a fucking zit, don't go in that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is, do you know that when you buy something, they don't hand it to
Yeah.
you? They
I
put it
don't-
in a stupid
I
bag.
don't
Yeah.
know anything is my thing, but
lipstick.
every once in a while, I stop about every 6 years in the airport. I go, look at the duty free. Look at
Well, that's about how long that Cadbury bar lasts that you buy there because it's 6 feet long.
Look at that
true.
giant bar. Look at that giant bottle of vodka.
All
Like,
I've ever bought there is booze, and the price is like what you would get at a sale at Bevmo. It's like
Right.
an okay price.
Yeah.
Right.
Why won't they just hand it to you?
But
what am I missing?
This is what happens. I wrestle with myself. I go in there.
Yeah.
Check it out. And I go, you're Carolla. You got no business in that place. Get back to work, you fucking loser. And I go, wait a minute. I'm successful now, and I'm traveling, and I do belong in the
You should check
duty-free
it out.
store. I should do that. And then another part of it goes, go fucking sit at the bar and drink your Bud Light, you fucking loser.
Steal a cocktail napkin.
And
Johnny
I'm
Walker Block,
I'm like,
please.
Extra lemon.
no, I got time. I'm going in. And then I go in and have some sort of exchange with the chick behind the counter. And then I go, oh, okay, sorry. And then I
Sorry.
leave.
Yeah.
I knew this was a bad idea.
Sorry.
Whatever it is, I'm unqualified. I don't know how to do this. I'm not sure what my address is. I thought I could get that giant
No.
bottle of booze.
Did I tell you
Can't.
about the guy who came up to me in the airport? I'm standing there, and this guy comes up to me, and he's kind of overweight, like husky, nerdy looking dude, and he's all out of breath. And he comes up and he goes, "There you are, Greg Fitzsimmons." I go, "What do you mean, there I am?" He goes, "I knew you were around here somewhere because I was looking for Wi-Fi on my phone, and your personal hotspot
Oh
showed
my
up, and it
God.
said Greg Fitzsimmons' iPhone. So I looking all around, and there you are."
Wow.
And I was like, "Get the fuck away from me."
Wait a minute. Was it the guy with the Viagra?
Yes.
Turnabout, fair play, bitch. I followed you to the fucking airport. How's it feel?
I'm your pharmacist, motherfucker.
How's your cock feeling now?
I look down, I see he's got an erection. It really is him.
All right, Gina, let's do one more.
Okay, well, it might not be the kicker that we're used to, but I was actually quite shocked by this. Dave Coulier is
Oh.
opening up about his past struggle with alcoholism. I don't know if you saw his Instagram, but he was very
What
forthcoming.
voice is he doing it in?
No, he's doing
Popeye?
celebrity farts in the middle
Oh,
of it.
yeah, okay, so-
The former Full House star, who's 62, by the way, took to Instagram on Thursday to reveal that he's been sober since January 1st, 2020, after a battle with alcoholism. Show the
Oh,
picture.
right before COVID.
Check out this picture. He looks really fucked up. And I'm going to read you some of his stuff. I took some out because it's really long. But there's a picture
Wait
of
a
him we're
minute. Was
looking
this
at.
taken shortly after Saget mysteriously died?
Oh, see, I didn't put that together.
Yeah.
So he's all scraped up, his nose, his eye. He looks like he was like in a boxing match. And here's some of what he said. I was drunk, an alcoholic. When I drank, I was the life of the party. I could make people laugh until they fell down. In this picture, I was the one who fell down. Not because I was playing hockey or doing something else that I loved, but because I fell going up the stairs that were made of stone when he was drunk. No one loved having beers with the boys after playing hockey or a round of golf more than me. I was always the final guy in the room. The 8 hours of drinking, laughter, and funny stupidity was followed by 2 days of feeling like a bowl of dog mess. I love booze, but it didn't love me back. He goes on and says how psychologically and physically he's transformed, and he just feels so much better. The sky is bluer, and he is a happier man.
Good for Coulier.
Yeah.
Good
Nice
man.
Do
guy.
you know him?
No, but I've always been a fan. He's great.
I just didn't see this. You know, you don't hear about Dave Coulier having many problems.
There's some more Saget stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
The
heard
tribute?
about that.
Oh, you have the headboard.
There was a Saget, still very vexing. They've decided he hit his head on the headboard. The
Yeah.
headboard is quilted.
Yes.
Which is weird.
Shortly
Then-
after getting vaccinated.
Yeah, then there's I don't know. Then there's the club manager was talking to like the sheriff, and she was saying he had COVID symptoms or he had problems with his hearing, and he had like a sore throat, and he told him to turn the sound up, and she sounds like she's kind of full of shit because his family saying he didn't have any COVID whatever symptoms, but she's sort of entered the mix. But also tell me if you guys, okay, remember when I grew up, it's like, oh, the jury system, and this person saw the crime
Sure.
or knows something or whatever. We have a witness.
Yeah.
We have an eyewitness.
Testimony, yeah.
An eyewitness, when I was like growing up, is like all you needed.
Yeah.
Throw that guy in jail for the rest of his natural life or whatever it is. When you guys sit around and hear people give their version of something these days, does it seem as fucking kooky as you could possibly imagine? And so it's like when the club owner, the club spokesman or whoever, or the theater person is going, well, he was this and he said that and it was, I'm now putting it through the filter of every kooky broad I've heard recount a story that seemed insane. And dudes too, Dr. Drew does this as well. But what I'm saying is do we seem completely off? Like I no longer believe people when they go, this is what he said. He came in here. Oh, how many times you heard like, he marched in. He was angry, man.
Yeah.
He yelled.
He got in his face.
He yelled at the person behind the counter and then he marched back. And it's like, that I saw him walk in and talk to the person and sit down. He asked for water. Like we're nuts now. I no longer believe people when they go, here's what happened.
I'll think about that once in a while, like it pertains to like the witches and like old Salem. It's like, how many people were killed because someone was like, yeah, I saw them do something weird.
Yep.
It's like, you did?
I cured somebody, so I must be a witch.
That's all we need to kill someone?
No, they say that the Salem thing, nobody
real.
died.
They do.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, they say there was like no
say that.
killings. Yeah, it's all made up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd rather live in a world where they did because
Me
I think it's a
too.
fun lore. But yeah,
Yes.
I've also heard that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that it was. We've sort of blown it out of proportion through generation.
Well, we go heavy
Like burning
on,
at the stake,
on
things
the
like that.
atrocities.
Yeah.
Sad to say, like lynching, we act like there was tons of lynching. It was pretty limited, but it was an atrocity, So we kind of go, all right, or burned at the stake or the witch. Like we go big before we go home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm
making
disappointed.
apologies for lynching. Look at you.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Listen, I'm against it, basically. But
You edit the last part out? Edit the last part?
I do, although I always like if she's a witch, let's tie her hands, throw her in the water, and if she drowns, whoops, sorry, but if she floats, she's a witch, we gotta kill her.
yeah. You sure Coulier just wasn't at the airport in Atlanta and some irate?
That's
Oh,
possible.
no.
I didn't see him in a polyester
He's a
suit.
gate agent.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad at least Mama apologized. I don't like it when Mama gets all defensive
Right.
over their fucking piece of shit son who's
Right.
throwing haymakers at the airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And-
I don't like the that's my baby.
No. But I do like a man named Courtney. That's his name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't get that very often.
No.
Leslie, Courtney, Hillary sometimes.
Right.
I like that.
Right.
All right, so good luck to Coulier.
Yes.
Now, I don't know. Where do we come down on?
On Coulier?
Well, like a little too much sharing, maybe. Like you had an issue, you've solved it.
Well-
It's none of our business.
True, but he also kept it. We had no idea.
Yeah.
He kept it under wraps for 40
2 years.
years.
Isn't it called Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yeah.
I guess if you go to
And also, you're Canadian. We get it. You drink.
Yeah, right.
This is not news.
You know, I just heard an interview with Kathy Griffin because August sent it to me, which is really interesting. Did you
right.
hear it?
No.
It's that podcast called Sway. And I
Yeah.
listened to the whole thing because he was like, you got to hear this. And I had no idea. I mean, she sounds really rough and like very hard to hear because she had half of her lung taken out.
Right.
She's had, battles with cancer and she was 5150'd. And you do hear more and more like celebrities going, and AA, I go to AA. I'm like, well, wait, what does it stand for?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because isn't it to protect the program? So if you go out or if you stumble, other people won't go, well, that doesn't work.
Yes, you're not supposed to do it because you're inspired by somebody's sobriety. You're supposed to do it for yourself, and you're supposed to do it because you believe in the program,
Right.
and the higher power and all that stuff. So, yeah, I've always had a problem with that. And no offense to Dr. Drew, but
He's the problem.
Dr.
quiet.
Drew says AA does have the best batting average. Like
Yeah.
it's like there is a program, it's free, and you can do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to whatever house in Malibu for 9 weeks. You can do that. All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grant.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Shit, no wonder I got AIDS.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
All right, that was so funny. Helium Comedy Club, May 6th and 7th. I'll be there. We'll be doing some live pods, and we'll be doing some stand-up there as well. Huntington Beach, Sea Legs at the beach. A fun venue. You guys are going to love it. We'll do a live pod there. Somebody asked me where the tickets were, or the link was for that, but
Have to be under
I
the
don't
events
know. I don't
page
know if
of
it's
Adam
a-
Carolla.
yeah, look it up, Ken. We'll see if it is. Fitz Dog, La Jolla Comedy Store, April 8th to the 10th. Spokane coming up. Spokane Comedy Club, the 14th through the 16th, and then Denver. And what you can do is go to fitzdog.com and also find all live dates and check out the podcast, Sunday Papers with Fitzdog Radio. And until next time, Sandra Carolla for Greg Fitzsimmons and Gina Granbold, Brian saying mahalo.
Music bed.
I don't know where this comes
You
from.
jerked off to her in Genesis and Gallery.
All right.
I love her credits. Like that's you
jerked off to her.
You jerked off to her in swings. Like you've seen her at bus stops. You've seen her at Burger King trying to ask for a free refill when they clearly don't give them.